cheat on me and have your new loudmouth husband validate your actions cause I was too busy mourning for my dead brother. Let's see how your new husband likes it when the shoes is on the other foot, and let me know how losing literally everything goes while I get full custody of the dog and children. English is not my first language, but the audacity of this woman and her loudmouth new husband makes for a good read. My uncle's revenge and how he stripped his wife of everything. From status, children, family, dog and money. Here it goes. So my uncle and his wife had a very good relationship. They did everything together. She was a good mother but was dependent on my uncle for money. He earned while she stayed at home doing another man and looking after the kids, 6 and 12. How nice, right? A really lovely and caring wife. For more context, my other uncle was peacefully deleted, so of course my uncle was mourning for a few months. He wanted love and to be cuddled and not to have romance. Well, his wife didn't care. She would give him a kiss and a quick hug then carry on doing WTF she was doing, such as cooking and cleaning. We would ask him how is it that she seems so distant, and his reply was that, everyone deals with grief a certain way. Turns out her grieving process included cheating with another man, a family friend of all things. My uncle's brother was peacefully deleted, and during this time they had many friends visit them at their house, especially from a family friend they had known forever, who would visit with his child so that the children could play while the grown-ups talked to each other. My uncle didn't think anything of it or the frequency of which this man would visit, especially when it was during the day. He thought it was a drop off his son kind of thing, so the children could play. That was until this little boy, my cousin, drew a picture he wanted to show to daddy. My uncle, my little cousin, said it was a secret, and mommy said, family friend, and her were playing a new game that only they could play. That already made my uncle suspicious. But never did he think his wife would ever cheat on him, especially since he was still in mourning. In fact, we were all shocked. This woman is so prim and proper, to a T, with a clean house, good mannerisms, fine clothes and upturned nose. His son proceeds to take out a crumpled piece of paper which he had hidden from under his bed and shows it to my uncle, saying he went to fetch it from the bin after his mommy threw it away. It was a drawing. He has explained that mommy had told him not to draw her and the family friend again, 'cause it's a private game that nobody can know about. However, my uncle's son, feeling hurt, went to retrieve his drawing and thought perhaps daddy might like to see it and give him applause, 'cause he thinks that he can draw so nicely and daddy would like to see. It turns out after some explanation that it was a drawing of family friend sticking his pee-pee next to mommy's wee-wee. My uncle took pictures of the drawing while pooping himself and recording everything his son said about what he drew. He asked things like when and where mommy was playing these games. Turns out she did it when she thought the kids were busy during the day outside playing, and that she basically had romance around the whole house while locking the doors and leaving the kids without supervision for a few minutes. He also found out that the older kids made their own game of observing the adults having romance and would listen or watch the adults doing their thing through doors and curtains from outside, while the young son, who drew the picture, would make noises to pretend to be busy playing outside so as not to alert the adults. The children would essentially take turns to see what family friend, my uncle's wife, were doing out of curiosity. This coming from the most self-important, prim and proper woman you'd ever meet. Do you know what her response was to my uncle when he asked her why, after finding out that they were together in his house with the children around, that he paid for, as her lazy butt wanted to stay at home? She said, and I kid you not, you wouldn't give me what I needed, romance, and kept denying me, so I went to look for it somewhere else, and something along the lines of I had a right to do it since you weren't giving me what I needed or caring about me, loving me, etc. Can you believe it? Not only did the kids see that nonsense, not only did she neglect them for selfish reasons and lock them outside for a few minutes, not only did she cheat as he was mourning for his brother, she had the sheer audacity to claim it was because of him, and she as a wife has romantic and fulfillment needs, that needing to feel wanted and loved was important for a woman like her. Move on a few months, they get divorced, they share custody of the dog, children, while she gets married to the guy she cheated on him with. On top of that, the guy who was a family friend also had the audacity to speak up and say that what she did was right and that my uncle should have taken care of her, etc. Imagine thinking you know and have a say in someone else's marriage and help to break it up. That it's fine to do. Do you know what my uncle did to his wife? He ruined her for cheating and leaving him to marry someone else, the family friend, as well as make his life hell. He actually messed up both their lives and got full custody of his children. And yes, it was amazingly rewarding. Even for us. She left my uncle for someone else. He, being who he was, tried letting it go. He tried to forgive her, went to church, prayed for her to have a good life, never spoke bad about her, and so on. Then one day she started talking to him about having the kids stay over at her house. This continued to her texting messages about how she missed him. He finally caught a wake up and caught on to what she wanted. She wanted to be with him, perhaps cheat with him on her new husband, and kept sending him messages about how she missed him. Thus he used her feelings and urges to manipulate her into sending tons of backed up texts and videos to him by leading her on, which he finally then sent to her new husband. This was while they were trying for a baby with each other. But this stay-at-home wife would now learn her lesson. In fact, they both would. It taught them both a lesson. 1. She will always cheat. 2. The family friend who defended her cheating and married her would learn what it's like to be in my uncle's position, since he liked to talk so much. 3. She did it to her husband, now does it to him. Karma, cuz people informed me that I had spelled it as Kalma. Thanks for the notes and various entertaining arguments regarding my spelling. Serves you right for helping her cheat and defending her. Let's see what you say now, you on the other side of the story. 4. Don't be a lazy stay-at-home mom without a job etc. to fall back on. Then when the new husband left my aunt, she couldn't take care of the children, and the laws in my country are funny, and she carelessly signed a prenuptial. She was left out on the street, not being able to care for her children. She had no experience and no fine clothing or jewelry anymore to act like a proper prom and proper BTCH as if she is class cuz she has someone else money. So he ended up with full custody of the dog and his children. Win-win for everyone. Except on the cheating and the loudmouth husband. Not so nice when the shoe is in the other foot, friend. TLDR, uncle gets cheated on as he was marrying and didn't want to have romance. Aunt and family friend had romance. Uncle got divorced. Aunt got remarried to this man who she ended up trying to cheat on with my uncle. My uncle kept proof, showed it to the same loudmouth man who had defended my aunt. They got divorced. Aunt was left without a house or money, and my uncle got full custody of the dog and his children. Peas, she never got that class wasn't what you had but how you behaved. She thought class was having an iPhone, dressing well and having tidy house while thinking lower of other working people. When she didn't work for her money. I know poor people who basically have nothing, who have more class than she ever will, as they know how to behave, treat, help others. Edit, my uncle is rich, smart enough to use already rich family money to make him richer. The family friend was just as rich, so she clearly has a type. It's called wealthy. My uncle was clever before getting married, the same for this guy. When she got married to this guy after divorcing him, she lost the money she was entitled to every month, as well as the monthly childcare money when she lost her children. What money she was able to get from my uncle she spent quickly. I am talking 5-star hotels and $1,000 cruises, clothes with her new husband. Her honeymoon and wedding alone cost her almost $1 million for her half of the event, which lasted like 2 months, including places around Dubai, shopping trips and the Mediterranean. Not to mention being a good mommy, she spoiled her kids crazy so they would love her and new dad as well, not that he tried much for her children. She didn't take care of what money she was spending or what the prenup entailed, thinking the new husband would treat her fairly like my uncle. She was literally left on the street after being kicked out. She begged and pleaded for shelter as well as to see her children. I mean, she was a decent mother besides the children seeing you of romance part, but eventually that stopped when she disappeared to who knows where. Hi guys, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Wow. She is dead, my god, staying home all day expecting money to flow in? Like WTF, did you go to school? In the US, back in the old days, the woman would stay home to cook, clean, etc. while the husband goes to work. Damn. Remind me to not mess with your uncle. He laid a fap trap cause she wanted to clap, which caused your uncle to snap back. Damn. The cheating was inexcusable, but being a stay-at-home mom definitely doesn't make someone lazy. It's a ton of work, especially with multiple kids. Thank you. Many women put their careers on hold to focus on their kids. I stay at home with 3. It's a ton of work, and you don't get breaks. Now I ain't saying she's a gold digger. But she's a gold digger. She struck gold but literally messed it all up. Clamped. Cheaters never win. I'm glad she got what she deserved. Now she's on the street with nobody but herself to blame. Cheaters don't suddenly become faithful spouses just because they marry someone else. They have a character deficiency that isn't corrected overnight. I am somewhat disgusted that the children were watching, and that's what makes her a horrible parent.